Hi, my name is Lou Abikoye, and I'll be running you through a topic called mediocrity. One of the things that this topic covers is to help you gain consciousness about the damage of being in the state of mediocrity. This happens to a lot of us almost every time, and we can't escape it unless we put clear caution around it. So I'll start by asking what's the enemy of black, which obviously we know is white. So what is the enemy of good? I'm sure at this point you say bad. But in the context of our session and in the real life scenario of becoming exceptional people, the enemy of good is great. The very great guys don't settle for anything that is good. So what would you call the enemy of being exceptional? These are mediocres. So now be fearful of mediocrity because it kills. What is mediocrity? The dictionary definition of mediocrity states that it's a state of averageness, a quality that is adequate or acceptable, but not very good. Mediocre people are people who lack any special skill or flair. Now, when you say someone is in the state of mediocrity, there are four elements that always surround them. One, they lack vision, they always compromise, they are past thinkers, and they are very indecisive. So, I would like us to look at the symptoms of mediocrity. Only mediocres are always at their best. So, you see people who they'll tell you they enjoy being in an environment where they are they are the king. They are always the best. They always lead. They never really push themselves out of their comfort zone and move to an environment where they'll find people that they would chase or want to be like. Mediocrity is like climbing molehills without sweating. So imagine somebody run the 200 meters and he didn't sweat. You obviously know that he didn't put in the effort and energy required to take on that kind of quest. Mediocrity begets procrastination. Once you procrastinate a lot, once you find yourself always procrastinating, just know that you're a mediocre. So what happens? Mediocres are always obsolete because the time your mates or your people, the exceptional guys, have used to do a lot of great stuff, you're always procrastinating. You're always slow. You don't get a lot of things done. So it's just a matter of 6 months, 1 year within your career or business or industry. You now realize that people have moved ahead of you. You become irrelevant in no time. You lack skill. You usually don't. You're not innovative. Well, anyway, you can't be innovative because you're not always pushing bounds. And these are psychologically lazy people that are never productive. So once you look at all these things and you see that you have these characteristics, it doesn't have to be part of your characters. At some time in your life, you might be facing some personal challenges, family issues, health issues that might be affecting you, but you need to be conscious that have you started becoming a mediocre? Funny enough, mediocres work hard. They actually do. They just don't exceed their boundaries. They get tired and assume that that is the best they can do. See, there's this thing I call psychological laziness, where people don't take out time to think how they can do something better. Mediocres just like to take action. Hey, zombie, do this, do that, do this, and they just do. And you find them, they resume at work like every other guy, 8 in the morning, work till about 4, 5. They'll be sweaty, whether it's a physical work, whether it's a skilled job. They'll be exhausted like every other person, complain about everything, go through the Lagos traffic and get back home and, you know, they are not exceeding their boundaries. They are not thinking about better ways of doing their work because they don't want to take risks. So they don't take risks. They do the same thing over and over again. They are always afraid of change and not always willing to welcome it. So once you're in an environment where somebody tries to introduce something new, the first set of people who try to knock it out, even without trying to see if the thing is possible or try to look for a logic around it, these are mediocres. So three things to keep in mind. When you start, doesn't it become easier? See, for everything that you've been postponing, procrastinating, whether you want to read a book, whether you want to write a journal, whether you want to start a new career, whether you want to even wash your own clothes, while you are saying, "Oh, I'll get started by 1," I'll do like 3. Once it's 3, but as soon as you start, doesn't it become easier? So you see, the thing is, it's a mind game. So when you know you have to do something, there's this book written by Brian Tracy called No Excuses, The Power of Self Discipline. The focus of the book just tries to tell you that when you have to get something done, just do it. whether you feel like it or not. It's a discipline that you have to imbibe. Difficult days never last, but strong people always do. This is something that you should know. Even with our COVID-19 situation, we know these are difficult days. The day cannot be longer, the day cannot be shorter. Irrespective of what you are going through, just try and push in your best till you're done with what you can humanly possibly do. The very things that make you feel afraid are the very doorways into your leadership bed. There's something that people always fail to do. When you see something you want to go for, when you see positions you try to chase, when you see new careers, new innovative ways of doing stuff, the fear of trying to go through that process of being the first person or the new guy is always a problem. But anytime you're afraid to do something, just do your homework very well. It's called calculated risk. As soon as you succeed, you have opened the doorway to your leadership base. You've known that, you've learned a new thing, and you move forward. Unlike people who keep looking at little tasks as Herculean activity. Just break down whatever you want to do. Know the first step, the next step. Look at it, ask questions, speak to experienced people, and move. Don't stop. Just take action. See, it's fine to be content, but never be satisfied. So there's nothing wrong when you've done well and you hear yourself, give yourself a treat, go out with your girlfriend or spouse. But the thing is, never be satisfied. So improve everything you've done daily, relentlessly, and passionately. Always think around how can we do this better? How can we improve on whatever we do? Because when you do that, you become exceptional. See, there's this thing that I also worry about, which is people who are exceptional against people who are not exceptional. Because those who are exceptional never set limitation. They cut out low impact work, obsessively focus on high impact work. It means that for everything you're trying to do, look at the things that are important, that have impact in your life, that draws you closer to what you want to achieve. Those are the things you should spend most of your time doing. Use every minute of your time doing only those things that will get you nearer to where you want to go. Do fewer but better things. Keep moving forward. Just keep making the smartest choices you can take, and as much as possible, take actions that are humanly possible. Persist and be patient. See, we hear patient dog eats the fattest bone. Not at this age and time, because every dog that you see now, the guys on the street, they are impatient and they are very articulate. So if you leave things for them and you say you're waiting, they'll take it all before you meet shaft. So the thing is, be patient for the results is what we are saying, but persist in your action. Persist in what you're doing. Be patient for the results so that you don't lose focus. And that is where the last item here says that you focus on whatever you see. Focus means that when you know you want to do something, leave every other distraction and put all your time, energy, and resources on one thing. You draws you closer to success than when you are doing so many different things and easily get distracted with the activities and distractions in this life. 3 things success share. I've read a whole lot of books. I've followed a lot of mentors, read a lot of biography, and I've noticed that there's something these people have in common. The 3 of them are focused. They are very focused. See, all the successful guys, even the guys that are in the black part of the success chain. I'm talking about those doing bad business. They have high level of focus. They don't get distracted by parties, club, events that have nothing or doesn't have direct impact towards where they want to be. 2, taking action. See, there's something that is very key. You cannot conceive an idea without taking action. You cannot want to do something and you sit back and expect the things to be done. So stay away from mediocres. See, mediocres are all around us. Even sometimes, depending on your state of mind, you fall into the mediocre category yourself. But your ability to take yourself out of it for every time draws you closer to success. When you have friends that don't think big, they don't think towards your direction, you stay away from them. The more you're around mediocres, the more toxic your life will be, because it's like a drowning man. It's like a drowning man hanging around people who are also drowning. So if you really need help, you need to move out of their circle and start chasing the great things. A journey of 1,000 miles begins and ends with one step. Most time when you succeed, go and look at every successful guy. The only thing is we know their big breakthrough story. So, Zuckerberg created Facebook, but nobody pays attention to all the things he had done before the Facebook. He has been building applications. He has been building some solutions that never really worked. But Every step he took was drawing him closer to success. The whiskey, the Davido, who happened to come out to limelight at a very young age. Go and check and read about it. You realize that they've been working hard, they've been struggling and having their own different challenges till they got to the point where we saw their last step. So all good is hard, all evil is easy. Dying, losing, cheating, and mediocrity is easy. The simple truth is to stay away from anything that is easy. See, Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi make football looks easy, but what the kind of competencies and capacities that they have is as a result of a lot of hard work that they've done. So you see Marcelo, one of Cristiano Ronaldo's teammates, while he was in Madrid, also stated that Ronaldo trains 3 extra hours after they have done their regular training. Where do you think those 3 extra hours come in? On the pitch, when you most need it, where you least expect it. You see, Ronaldo can change an entire game because he has positioned himself, he has worked so hard to become an exceptional person. Thank you for watching this video. I hope I've been able to add value. Or if you have questions, suggestion, or you feel you want to give me some form of feedback, you can send this via my email address, or you can send me a chat via WhatsApp. Thank you for